Each week we listen to an album, here's our rhyme. Just know it's gonna take about 3 hours of your time to hear us complain or praise each other's taste. But no matter what, at the end of the day, we're just best friends who love different music. We are earbuds, earbuds, earbuds. This is Earbuds.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Earbuds. If you're watching this on YouTube, first of all, thank you very much. Please like and subscribe and comment down below. Tell us everything you're thinking about. We want to know, we really do. Good or bad, good or bad. And if you don't want to watch it on YouTube, but you think that's your only option, no. Find us on all podcast platforms and follow us there. You can download the audio-only episodes and listen to them on your way to freaking work, baby.
Oh my God! This is Earbuds.
Well.
Well. Look who's back for another episode.
Guess who's back? Back again.
You're doing this.
Joey's back.
You're doing this now?
And his friend.
Landon's back. Landon's back. Landon's back. Landon's back. Landon's back. Landon's back. Landon's back.
You can't see it because it's on the other side of my back.
Yeah. Well, this is Earbuds.
Yeah.
I'm Joey.
I'm Landon.
And we are two best buds with what accounts to ears.
That's right.
For all intents and purposes, yes, we do have ears. You can't see them because of our cans.
Mm-hmm.
If you're watching the video, if you're listening, you really can't see them.
True.
This is the show where we talk about music. We review an album.
Yes.
He bring an album. We listen to it, and I go, I never heard such a dang thing before, and I think I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Or I go, And then I say, well, that makes me think of this. And I say, try this on for size.
And I
you
say,
take it home. You say, a little too tight.
Yep.
And then
I had to let it out a couple inches.
And speaking of a couple inches, I feel like the inverted butt cheek of our earbuds Venn diagram has grown a couple inches.
I think so too.
Because we keep adding some stuff that we say, you know what? I do like that. Yep. Blowing it up.
That's sorry. For the listeners, viewers saw that I was using like an Acme style pump to catch the Roadrunner.
Yeah. Crazy thing is, he finds out, he follows the rope that's coming out of it, the wire, and
It's
he sees
going
the
right up his ass.
dynamite's going right up his arse.
Yeah. But no, of course, I have the one circle, you're the other circle, and together we have the inverted butt cheek of earbudness in the middle, and it grows ever further, expanding the reaches of earbudness, and that is our ultimate goal, I think, and just to explore the outer reaches and the in.
Yeah.
Last week I brought Willow, Empathogen.
That's what that is, empathogen.
The Grammy-nominated Nepo album.
Yeah.
And we had so much fun talking about that. Didn't we?
Oh, the battle's not mine.
What's that from?
I think it was from the Grey's Anatomy finale.
Yeah.
Still on TV, by the way.
Crazy, right?
She said, please, end it. End it.
I'm all out of
I'm
all out of acting.
Yeah.
I can't do it anymore.
I'm all out of acting. That's a fun thing you'd say on a film set. At the end of a long day, you go, okay, I'm all out of acting for the day.
Okay, write that down. We might need to use that.
Copilot, add this to my list of notes of stuff to one day.
It's doing it.
Oh!
So that sparked a little spark in your little spark plug, didn't it, buddy?
Yeah, because we was talking about type of music we haven't touched on yet.
Oh!
Are we recording?
Yeah. I'm just looking at stuff.
That's also a fun thing when people in movies, someone's like, are we recording? Oh, okay. So you want me to have black raspberry.
Yeah, we were looking at what? Kind of a different jazzy soul R&B pop soul funk pretty good, huh? That's what you said when you heard Willow for the first time. Hey,
Pretty good.
I gotta have that found, like Mr. Geffen himself.
Uh-huh.
But so then, and also there's a little Travis Barker connection, isn't there?
We should also say
It's midnight. We've gone insane already.
We're vamping. We're gonna, and then the album will go really quick. Serious.
Block.
We should have the Geffen effect as a rating too. Like, okay, it was maybe a 6 out of 10 for me, but it did have the Geffen effect.
Yeah,
because it is the sound I'm
gotta
looking
have
for.
that sound.
Yeah, even if it's not the best. So I said, well, you touched on a new type of genre for us to talk about. And so I went home, had a pastry, had a fine glass of wine, and thought, what else have we not touched on yet? And like you said, she has the Travis Barker connection. So I said, well, who else has the Travis Barker connection?
Yeah.
Well, isn't it something known as a little hip-hop group by the name of... I should have brought a chain. I didn't even know you had a chain. Do they talk about Fat Out? No, that's Wu-Tang. Well, this is Run the Jewels, and we're talking about Run the Jewels 2, RTJ 2, their second album. I mean, what? What am I supposed to say?
Do. How do you come to RTJ? Where do you go from here? You know, I mean, that's the stuff we talk about.
Right. We haven't talked about rap.
Right.
Well, how did I come across this? Just being kind of in the music sphere.
Oh, Mr. Matt.
I believe these two gentlemen who go by the names of LP and Mr. Mike, Killer Mike, they are artists in their own right, and then they decided we've done some stuff together where I've produced for him. I've been this side of the sandwich, his side of the sandwich, and now let's do an album called Run the Jewels. Or I guess they started a group. Let's call it that.
Okay.
They sort of formed up a duo, put out a self-titled album as Run the Jewels.
Yeah.
Which this happens in this world, right? You get a lot of collabs.
Yes.
In hip hop, you've got your Aesops and your Tobaccos, and you've got all this stuff going on.
Of course, your Tomaters and your
which goes back to some of these larger groups like the Wu-Tang stuff, where it's like, well, there's like 9 of us.
Yeah.
How about Method Man and I go off and do a TV show on Fox, and then you guys go do something else?
You do, yeah, whatever you guys do.
You guys go home. So this first album of theirs got some buzz. People said, hey.
People were loving it.
It was having the Geffen effect on a lot of people.
Uh-huh.
Where they said, well, what you guys are doing together, is this better than what you do apart? I will love it so much. And then they came back with the second album. These are all, I believe, also sort of self-produced, self-released, so they're all kind of available for free, sort of as like a mixtape release. So you can go buy the album on vinyl, you can get it on whatever, but you can also they'll give it to you from their website. Yeah, so I was like, that's cool.
That's
so
cool.
By this time, also the second album came out, just really, I feel like I was hearing it a lot of places. I was like, I should get into this a little more.
What, like Sears?
Yeah. Checking out the $5 DVD section. I was like, what the heck is going on? So, yeah, not a very interesting story at the end of the day.
Pretty boring.
But I listened to music and I heard this was good.
Sure.
And I'd seen it a lot. And then it's also kind of got what I have to be looking for, which is I'm like, they kind of got a theme going here. All their album covers, they've got the same look.
Yeah, you like that, don't you?
Different style. I said they're doing something cohesive here.
It's the Milo effect.
Yes, it's the Milo effect, which we can also rate. They're doing something cohesive where I was also sort of like, is this like a new thing? Because it just felt like it was so fleshed out to me, where everyone's like, we're loving the new Run the Jewels stuff. And I was like, I don't know. Yeah. It just started. So this one came out in 2014. I believe it was a couple years after the self-titled album. They've got 4 at this point. I think I picked this one just because Travis Barker, but also I think it maybe is the best at this point. Like, this is kind of the best version of what they're doing. There's great stuff on the new albums. The first album's really great as it is, but I think once they realized people liked what they were doing, they decided they could have more fun with it too. And we like fun, don't we, folks? Not today.
Not today.
So, yep. And then speaking of, pick this album, then it turns out they will be accompanying the Clan Wu-Tang.
I don't do it.
Yeah. But for all of you, I was doing this hand signal when I said that.
Yeah, I don't do that.
But that on their final tour that they're all going out on, they're going to be opening for them. So I feel like this is coming at a good time for us when it comes out in several weeks.
Woohoo!
Tried to get tickets to that tour. Very expensive.
I can imagine.
Keep me. Hey, if you're thinking of someone that you need to give a ticket to, hit me up. I think it's like in August. I'd love to go.
Yeah, this episode should be out by then.
That's it. What about you? Oh, and I think it also touches on sort of a lot of the. I don't listen to a lot of rap or hip hop. I feel like maybe I used to, but I do have like several people that currently I think are really good, and they all sort of have a certain style or flow that a lot of it has to do with the production for me. Do I like the production of the beats? Do I like who the producer is on the album?
Uh-huh.
And that can change from album to album for some artists where it's like, this album is great, the production's great, and then they go to a different album and it's different producers, and you go,
Yeah.
Now on this, most of the time, LP is doing all the...
It's Mr. Street Food.
It's Mr. Street Food. Is doing all of the production work with some help, and then they're just doing their stuff on top of it.
And that's just awesome.
You heard of this?
Of course I heard of Renly Jewels. But I think I'd heard some of their stuff. And I should just say, I try to get into rap. I just feel like it's not for me.
Well, we're also two white guys
That's what I mean when I say
from
it's not
Iowa
for me.
that don't really have a connection to a lot of the things that are sung about.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
Hey, I respect the hell out of these guys that they go and they put all of these words, a lot of them, into a little amount of time.
Right.
The likes of which no one has seen before.
Right.
But no, I mean, as an art form, I respect it. There's certain ones that I do like and I listen to occasionally, but even the ones I like, I don't throw it on usually.
Yeah, it's like
I check out the new album and I'm like, hey, that was good, I think. I don't really I don't feel like I'm not in the culture.
I think some are sort of, to me, undeniable, like the Kendrick Lamar put out To Pimp a Butterfly. I remember that coming out. I think it leaked early, and I listened to it, and I was just like, this is incredible. I listened to it a ton. Now, do I listen to it regularly? No. But some of these things come out, and you're just like, yeah, that's a good album. That's probably in a top list for me somewhere. Some albums coming out now, I feel like you got a lot going on. I don't know if like Drake fits into this world necessarily.
No.
He doesn't, but all his albums that come out, that's like the most popular sort of hip hop stuff coming out now. And they're like 23 songs or so. And it's just like, I feel like you're really showing that what you're doing isn't hard or important.
Yeah.
When some people are like, here's 12 good songs or whatever that we crafted over a couple years. And it's like, here's 23 songs of me kind of doing the same thing. And you're like, well, I'm not probably going to get into that. There's too much.
It's just too much, man. And it's like, do you really feel all of that?
Yeah.
Drake. But we do feel for Drake right now, as Conan did just call him out at the Oscars.
Right, when there's real people to be calling out. And people forget actually that Conan is a comedian.
Yeah, that's right. Dang.
So let's see, what do I got here? So you heard of them, maybe listened to it a bit, and then said, okay.
I mean, mostly I know.
Okay.
Mostly I know and admire Killer Mike for his activism, and
he's a Bernie bro, isn't he?
I watched. Well, now he's in trouble because he talks to Republicans, and people are like, "You can't do that."
Right.
And he's like, "What? I'm not going to talk to the governor of my state if I can." Just interesting. And now I think he has done some questionable sort of stuff. I don't really know what. I was trying to look into it because I remember there being some controversial thing. I mean, he's a controversial figure, isn't he?
Yeah, but I think what's interesting about it, with this group too, maybe the controversial thing you're talking about is he was like very pro gun. So he's a gun advocate, like someone else at this table. And this was at a time, I believe gun rights, a lot of stuff was happening in the news regarding this stuff. And then LP, Mr. Jamie L. Producto said, I am completely against this. He's like, I don't believe this. I think Mike's wrong about this. I was not raised the same way he was, though. And then Killer Mike was like a drug dealer, sort of.
It's in his damn name.
It's in his damn name. And so he was like, I was like doing stuff on the streets. I was dealing with these people. I think it's unfair to say no one should have guns. He's like, he's just pro. He's like, that's how I was raised. But to their credit, I'm like, they're both like, we're brothers. We're going to disagree on stuff.
Yeah.
I don't agree with him. He's like, but we have different lives outside of this.
Yeah.
And then they put out a sick album together.
And
so I think that was a big, people were like, whoa. But it's like, well, what? I don't know. I don't necessarily agree with him either, but like, what, I also don't have the experiences he has. But like you're saying, he's a reasonable, he wants to talk to people on the other side.
That's the thing. And I think just more recently, people.
He killed someone.
Oh yeah, he killed a guy. But no, I think he like didn't endorse the Democrat ticket in this election. People were mad at that, which, I mean, I disagree with not using whatever power you can to not have what's happening now happen. But these are people. They believe what they believe. Anyway,
and I saw people, he was talking to people on his Instagram that were commenting that, like, I don't see you doing anything.
Yeah. Whatever.
And he was like, I'm doing stuff at a very, very local level.
That's
like,
where
I'm still working hard.
Yeah.
Try to give some grace. And it's like,
which is where, I mean, the community, and that's his big thing. I was going to say, finally, I watched he had a show on Netflix called Trigger Warning. Did you watch that at all?
Yeah.
And that was kind of him shedding light on different aspects of the Black community that I, certainly don't know about. I imagine most people don't.
I thought they were going to do more of those.
They should. It was great.
Yeah.
And doing like social experiments of like where they tried to do a libertarian, like fend for yourself land or whatever.
Yeah.
And they kind of in 30 minutes recreate a government, which is what always happens if you tell a libertarian to figure out how to survive. But I don't know. It's just good. He's a thought-provoking kind of guy, so I respect that. And yeah, you gotta go local with this stuff, man.
Thank you. But I think that comes out in also their lyrics. I think
course.
When I'm listening to rap or hip hop is such a like word specific thing too, of like what's the lyrical content, where you sort of get into things where I'm like, I don't have any, there's no pull for me to listen to certain, the same way I need other type of music where I'm like, it's not for me. I am not living in the country doing like kissing my truck or whatever. Not for me. Okay.
Sure.
Same thing. But I'm like, oh, there's some good stuff here.
Yeah.
So, yep, that's this. Anything else that I need to get into here? Well, of course it was met with critical acclaim.
Well, isn't it always?
Holy crap. Anthony Fantano rewarded the album with an 8 out of 10.
Whoa.
I don't even know what we need to talk about.
If he already done it, what are we doing?
I don't know. We should just maybe go on to and be on Jeopardy.
I'm finna bang this bitch the fuck out.
Joey.
You might want to record the other way. You finna look at history being made. This motherfucker put a mirror on the goddamn
It's not
screen.
me.
Let's go, LP.
Joey.
Champ. What we gonna do, Nick?
Turn me up in my cans.
That's completely uncalled for.
Yeah.
That you said all that.
I thought that
Just
was
play the song.
Here I go.
I'm up at midnight, I'm dipping off in my
Joey.
knees. I gun on a metal piece, I've been this, I fist to my wrist. I'm lurking, serving all pussies who lack a purpose. I got them filled up with frizz act like Miss, I get you all recite. I'm looking, lurking on bitches twerking for service. The bitches bagging some burger. I'm yelling, screaming, and cursing. I'm putting pistols in faces at random places like, bitch, give it up, or stand adjacent to Satan. Batman chillin', the villains is here. No, Jesus is here. I hear the demons in my ear. And I want it, I need to see it, I take it, never fake it. Wrap you motherfuckers up, leave you naked. The jewel runners, top tag team for 2 summers.
This is also why I can't go to the concert.
Yeah. That's a fool's honor. I'm walking, toting on 2 llamas. You niggas ass and trash and trash. Fuck it, I'm too honest. Fuck boys forever. Hope
Come on now.
Politely. And that's about the psyche and Jamie and Mikey. You meet another pair better, highly unlikely. And if I can't rap it, maggot, fuck, then fight me. I'll be your fuck.
Here's the problem with these songs, though. There's 2 guys,
Yeah, and usually old Mike's starting it.
and we're gonna only get through 1 guy.
That's so sad.
We'll hear a little of. Okay.
Shit, by most measurements don't exist. A radar, little blip in the shadow of motherships. Smothered and brashly muffled by hucksters of global spin. The sign of my master stab in my soul is your little bitch. Maybe you should be careful when flipping a stranger's switch. And assuming the boy's one ain't a symptom of arrogance. Nothing to
That's
lose,
Smuda.
step up, then everything's for
He's
the
awesome.
win. So we grin in the face of
Or-
frauds until
or that might be Wilder's
I
Open.
slit a spit on your grave. My existence is to the
All right, we can't listen to every song. I told you. Oh, by
Whoa,
the way,
we
do
can
have
listen to every song, just not all the way
Right,
through.
right. This isn't.
What?
It's not a reaction video.
Do we have to what?
We have to say this again. I was just saying. Do we have to say this to this audience again? It's not a reaction.
It's not a reaction
video.
video. We've already listened to it multiple times. We were just commentating on the music.
Yes.
We're just playing a little clips of the song so that you get a feel for it, we get a feel for it, and if there's anything specific that we want to listen to, we will go to that specific part. Okay? We're not those guys on TikTok that are like,
Whoa! He just said,
What? What did he say? Oh! I
That's
give
not
this
us.
song 5 big booms.
boom, boom. That's not what we do.
No, we then listen to the song, then we look at the lyrics and go, I'm up at midnight. I'm dipping off in my nizikes, a gun and a metal pizipe. Nizipe is to my rizite. Looking serving. I can't even say that word. So what? I mean, when this started, were you just like,
I'm like,
you're like, what the heck even is this?
I'm like, okay, so we're doing this again. We're going back and we're adding the little Snoop Dogg thing.
Yes.
To everything. Okay, we're back here, huh? No, but really, what is that?
That's the Snoop Dogg thing.
Why did they do
The
that?
izzle. Well, it's a street slang sort of, but I think it's obviously he doesn't always do it. It's just
That would be crazy.
This is
What
what
if he did?
Well, here's also when I was like, listen to this.
It's just all in pig Latin.
May I say to you that this sort of pseudo language, which is also known as izzo for adding is in front of the front vowel of the syllable, can be used to disguise words for people to use amongst themselves.
Like pig Latin.
So he's disguising Nike's pipe, knife, right, fright, Mike, and then right once again.
Oh.
So this is where I feel like we will not be able to have good insight onto everything.
Yeah.
So much of hip hop, especially now with how much history there is
Right.
so referential.
Yeah.
Constantly referencing other rappers or other songs. Even their name is a reference to like an LL Cool J song or like lyric. And then just little things where it's like, I said this word because this person said it. And if you hear that trumpet in the background is actually from,
Cole Porter,
right.
the first hip hop artist.
Hip hop guy. So there's just so many references to stuff.
Yes.
But it also shows you that they're having fun. That's I'm
Yeah.
like,
I think it just
Okay.
kind of sounds cool.
yeah. And if you could make all that rhyme and just it fits the flow of it, but he's doing it for fun. They have fun.
These guys are having fun. That's what's permeating this whole album. A couple buddies having fun.
That's why the first album's fun, but that's why I was like, oh, they're sort of, and I have seen them live once, and it's fun.
I bet.
They're up there joking around, and you're just like, darling, no spoilers, but
Yeah, we can't.
I mean, God, what do I even have to say about this song? Not much. I like it. It's a good intro song. I think you get a feel for both of them as someone that's never listened to them much. You kind of get, okay, here's the structure. Then LP comes in. There's sort of this like spy music going on underneath.
It's cool.
Mm-hmm. There's just so many lyrics to look at.
Well, that's just kind of hard for us because that's what we like to do. But then there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
But I mean, basically, this is the sort of hip hop thing of brandishing your machismo.
Yes, you're a braggadocio.
Yeah.
Should we could also do, we could be a group, right? Machismo and braggadocio.
Yeah, I think so.
That's why it's also fun to me because it's like, it is that where it's sort of,
But they're kind of making fun of it, ain't they?
they're making fun of it. They also respect it.
Yeah.
They're also doing what we've called the Green Day effect of like, I don't like you.
Yeah.
And just kind of
I hate
because. But also being self, he's talking about himself. I've never been much of shit. By most measurements don't exist on a radar, a little blip in the shadow of motherships, been smothered and brashly muffled by hucksters. I'm just thinking of what he said.
Yeah.
Global spin like the sign on the back says, stab me. My soul's your little bitch. Okay.
I live to spit on your grave. My existence is to disgrace you. The kitten became a lion that looked
That's good.
at your face like great food.
I love this. Wait a minute. With a Metacritic score of 86 on their first album, a successful Kickstarter campaign,
What? They got crowdfunded?
and a growing cult fan base, Run the Jewels has dedicated supporters backing them up. I didn't know they... See, I didn't even know that. I didn't know they had a Kickstarter campaign.
Oh.
Well, isn't that good? Because we get some great albums from these two friends.
Oh, sorry. The opening track on the duo's second album interpolates Mort Garson's Taurus, the Voluptuary.
Aha, from his...
That's what it meant.
That's his Aquarius album. Isn't that right? His like I have several of his albums. He's good.
Taurus.
He's the Plantasia guy. He's done a lot of. Wait, so can we check this out? Oh, the Zodiac, not the Aquarius. Idiot, fucking idiot, asshole.
Yeah, I heard it.
This is what I'm talking about. This is what I like about this stuff.
And 6 trees waiting with purpose.
Listen to me. I'm up at midnight. I'm business up in my this I gun and I'm at piss. I just raise. I say do about this.
And the world.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't be a group.
And I'm like, I like that guy does the synth stuff in the old days.
Okay. Oh, my darling. Don't cry.
Switch pages, hit play. Oh wait, we got to go in from the end of the last song. Stop, Landon.
That's the beginning.
Stop it. That's what I was doing
Cool.
before.
Oh my.
Another Mort track.
Oh my.
Here we are with another Mort track.
Fuck the law, they can eat my dick, that's word of pimp.
He gets to start this one.
Yeah.
Nice.
What are we gonna do with that? I know.
You are now listening to Run the Jewels.
Fuck the law, they can eat my dick, that's word of pimp. I don't fuck with or talk like all these fucking imps. Stop hollering, give a fuck if you deny it, kids. You can all run naked backwards to appeal to dicks. Fuck the world, don't ask me for shit, that's word of big. I dreamt we own the world, but I've woken up and it don't exist. Soak it in and need no assist. You can't slap a wrist, I don't owe you shit. Trust me, I'm a doctor, do operate. I'm a post-war razor bitch.
Tiptoe on the track like a ballerina. Ski mask in a Pontiac Catalina. It's obese female opera singer. You can run the jewels or lose your fingers. Me and LP got time to kill, got folks to kill, on overkill. He hanging out the window, I hold the wheels. One black, one white, we shoot to kill. That fuck boy life about to be repealed.
like
that
us.
fuck boy shit about to be repaired. Fuck boy G hard, kill infidel. All whack bar boom from Mike and L.
Life is hell, death's a a bitch, and these football rulers getting rich. I cop a zip, it opens up, I smoke it up, go home and fuck. Till I be girl when they roam. I get a face, please pay with dome. My business card says you're in luck. I do two things, I rap and fuck.
I fucking rap, I tote scrap, I smoke kush, I beat puss, I read the books, did the math.
I'm gonna listen to the whole
We
dang
can't
thing.
be doing that now. I'm blowing on.
Yeah.
That's written by Ahaha, hey baby, you with me?
Blowing on creepy by reading the scriptures that's written by Egyptians and sipping on whiskey. Hey baby, you with me?
Okay. Well.
Well.
You ever think of how someone can write so many dang rap lyrics? I mean, I'm just thinking about it. I mean, dang. You got a rhyme? Well, this one starts with Mr. LP. By the way, both their voices are great too. LP's kind of got this laid, like, it's just like, he's just like, what if I did this? Just kind of sounds laid back. I mean, I know they're both high out of their skulls the whole time.
Yeah, they're
puffing the Chiba. They're both the Chiba Hawks high in the sky, right?
That's right.
And then it's a nice little, they work well together.
Yeah.
You got Mike kind of yelling at you, and you're just like, yeah. And he's just like, hey, come on now.
yeah.
So, of course, that's where. So we've got references to this powerful Pimp C line, like our official sponsor Genius tells us from Where to G's. Then, of course, he's going, and they reference themselves a lot. Also, be eating dicks. Referencing Big. Trust me, I'm a doctor. Doom opper. Rate of my pulse won't raise a bit. How do you? I'm just like. When you write that stuff, like, yeah, that'll probably fit. Trust me, I'm a doctor. Doom opper. Rate. Maybe
Rate
we
of
shouldn't have a.
I guess probably we shouldn't. Now, do you think I'm clicking around on our good friends over at Genius, some of their annotations. This I don't F with or talk like all these effing imps.
Yeah.
Now they're saying imps as the devilish, scrawny, mythical creatures that do little else but create mischief.
Mm-hmm.
I was taking it as like imps, like Imperial. I guess I got Star Wars Outlaw on the brain. I've been playing this Star Wars game.
That's going to be a problem with a lot of what they're doing.
I'm thinking of imps, like that's what you call the stormtroopers. They're dirty imps. They're for the Imperials.
Yeah,
the
no,
Empire.
I was thinking. I mean, I don't even know if I'm certainly not taking it the way you're thinking.
Well, because they're like down with the cops are bad.
I was thinking.
Bad.
I was actually. I know imps are scrawny mythical creatures. We know this,
Of course.
I'm thinking sort of like imps, sort of as like a little impotent. Like we don't F with these little, like, these people below us.
Yeah.
I don't think of it like we don't fuck with the mischievous creatures from the Bible or whatever.
Yeah.
Imps that spit hatred. I don't know what that is. So he isn't going to talk or act like these pests.
No.
I would say more like pests. Like we don't mess with the riffraff below us, right? The hoi polloi.
Right.
Because we are wrapping circles around them.
That's it.
That's what I think.
Okay. I think he's talking about stormtroopers.
Yeah. Well, they might be. What else is in here?
I like when the I guess we're calling it verse 5, when there's like a whoosh,
Yeah.
the loudest whip I've ever heard in a song.
That'll wake you up.
And then he goes, we run the spot like a Chinese sweatshop. Don't stop, work it till chest pop.
Mm-hmm.
But mostly just the production, like you were saying. That's what's good. I mean, all of it's good, but these guys are just the production.
There's so much going on. It's not overwhelming. It's all
perfect.
Yeah. And it's very clean. It's all mixed really well. You can hear, and I was just thinking, like, in some of these, when there's a really heavy bass too, and they're kind of cutting through, they're really, I mean, look, that is us, right?
Yeah.
Can't do the most basic thing. Okay.
We can't be a group.
No. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that this song's cool. What do you want from me?
I don't think there's anything else to hit on here because this one sort of some of them. Oh wait, no, it changes a little bit at the end here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. ATLian, Outcast, who they work with on some stuff, right, Mr. Boy.
Maniac, Brainiac, run, go tell him that. AT-Alien, and my tell him that.
Roll up savage, show up your class, what's happening? 2 yards living with a fully automatic. Heart full of pain and a head full of habit. Everybody stepped on the key and I'm letting them have it. Leave a name, mama, the same way happen. Who gon' buy my baby a cat? Fuck that bitch in the back.
Mega blast, I'm mega lit. On Highway 6 and I'm not strapped in. I don't crash, bitch, I just skid. You got the cash, I'll make the trip.
Just little changes in the BPM and stuff where I go, this could be a different song. And then it's not though.
No. And it's good.
So yeah, you know what my favorite part of growing up was? Not to be too nostalgic.
No, Colin, I don't.
I was just thinking about this.
Yeah.
We're going to Blockbuster
Oh yeah, right.
at night.
Oh, it was like when you'd go get movies. It's Blockbuster Night.
And when you put in Titanic, it comes with 2 cassettes because you'd watch part 1.
Oh, sorry, there's a fly.
Yeah, can you? No, you made it.
There's more.
Worse. There's actually.
Punches and punches, punches thrown into your frontless. Oodles and noodles, bang bullets at suckers' noodles. Last album
turn that
voodoo,
up.
prove that we was fucking brutal. I'm talking crazy, half past the clock is cuckoo. You rappers doodle, baby shit, just basic boo boo. I'm talking Zulu.
over
Massive
here.
missile, my money buku, my beats is banging. Fuck what you rapping,
Mike.
who produced you? I slap the slap, take what you got and run the juice you.
USC bitsy, furry, frightened, and freaking sickly. A little prickly, dick on display for winter swimming. Look at these kitties, Mike, I'm a rat-a-tat for living. I deal in dirty work, do the deed in a dash. Ditch 'em, I'll land a hammer that's stuck in a fist and gun position. We run a brand where the structure's the #1 commitment. It's all a joke between mom contractions and coffin fittings. So we disappear in the smoke like we're fucking magicians.
No hocus pocus, you simple.
That's why you like this.
Yeah.
Top of the morning, my fist to your face is fucking Folgers.
We might be giants, standing on little dandy shoulders.
You perks is pussy, proverbial pansy panty holders. I Jake the snake up, DDT them in mausoleums. Macabre massacres, killing cunts in my coliseum.
They all actors, giving top and back of a BM. I fall back if your casting calls are ending in semen.
Come on.
Well, should we?
Rip,
where is this
rip,
part?
rip.
This is where they start to get to me a little, maybe to what is known as, which is outlawed now, but they get a little
Free speech.
Like any
yeah.
time a murder gets replaced, face it, the fellows at the top are likely rapists. But you like mellow out, man, just relax, it's really not that complicated. Well, part of me, I guess I'm just as sane as you explain it. Or maybe sanctifying the sadistic is deranged.
This run the juices.
woo over here.
Guys. Yeah, they start to get
Yeah, and
whoa.
it's like, okay, well, I'm trying to have fun. That love that, blasting that as I pull up to the gas station, and the guy next to me who's got the libtard tears, like smog detector, whatever. He's like seeing my car shake, and I'm like, "Hey, we don't do that around here." Bunches and bunches, punches and thrown until you. I can't even. I mean, literally, I can't even read this stuff. There's just some great funny stuff in here.
Yeah.
Witsy bitsy, furry, frightened, and frickin' sickly. A little prickly dick on display for winter swimming. What else do we got? What else? Top of the morning, my fist to your face is fucking Folgers.
Yeah.
Just funny.
I'm a phallus, a Johnson, a Jimmy spraying faces.
Okay,
Any
come
cow
on.
that is sacred will get defaced.
We'll get defaced.
Right. Because, and then that's where you played us into like any tyrant murderer.
Gets replaced. Face it.
Yes. That's what you have to do.
Well, pardon me, I guess I'm just as sane as you explained, or maybe sanctifying the sadistic is deranged. the rest of this one it's just great. This is one of my favorite. It's a pretty short song, but the beat's good. All everything they're saying is just, I go, God.
It's nice they shout out Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah, that's word to Philip Seymour Hoff. and I'm cushion coughing. I told you. They'll probably smell like a pound when they put me in a coffin.
Yeah.
Me too. The gates of hell are pugnaciously pacing, waiting. I give a fuck if I'm late. Tell Satan be patient. I ain't here for durations. I'm just taking vacations and tell him fucking I never love him and salutations.
Yeah, that's just good.
I mean, if I could pull this off and be cool, I would.
Sure, but you couldn't.
No, I wouldn't. I don't know if I'd ever say something.
Never really.
Well, pugnacious.
You could say pugnacious.
Thank you. I think I could. You got anything else for this?
No.
Yeah. Well, do me a favor, because you've been looking at your script. What'd you find?
Just the genius annotation is funny for that last line. When you've led the life that Killer Mike has, you'll have booked yourself a space in hell by the age of 39. Nevertheless, he's not dreading the day on which his number will be up. Instead, he's waiting to be the baddest man in the place when the time comes, because he's such a badass that even though he'll be going to hell, he'll be breaking out and is only taking a vacation.
Well, you know, when LP says that maybe sanctifying the sadistic is deranged, he's been called crazy for his theories about the powerful. But the way he sees it, simply not questioning the powerful, thereby freeing them of any sins that they could have committed, is what's really crazy. I'm not exactly sure that's the point.
Yeah.
I think it's sort of saying, no, this is what's happening. I mean, this song came out 10 years ago, and then we kind of saw the effects of these things coming out. These people doing what they're doing at Planet Ping Pong and all these things.
Yeah, of course. The Pixar guy hugging people. I mean, sick stuff.
Yeah, well, luckily he's back. He's doing some hugging at like DreamWorks now.
Yeah.
So anyway, put your phone down. I want you to just close your eyes.
Okay.
And count to fuck.
Run them jewels fast. Run them jewels fast.
Featuring Zach De La Rocha.
Run them, fuck the slow-mo.
Hey.
Hello. Fashion slave, you protested to get in a fucking lookbook. Everything I scribbles like the anarchist cookbook.
Look good, posing in the center for the cookbook.
Black on black with the ski mask, that is my crook look. How you like my styling, bruh? Ain't nobody styling, bruh. About to turn this motherfucker up like Rikers Island, bruh. My thuggers and my cripples and my blooders and my brothers. When you niggas gon' unite and kill the police motherfuckers, or take over a jail, get them CO's hell. The burning of this sofa, goddamn, I love the smell. Blankets and pillow torching, where the fuck the warden? And when you find them, we don't kill them, we just waterboard them. We killing them for freedom, cause they tortured us for boredom. And even if some good ones die, fuck it, the Lord will sort them.
We out of order, your honor, you out of order. This whole court is unimportant, you fuckers are walking corpses. I'm a clip wig synonym, living within distortion. I bite into a cyanide molar before you whores win. I'm a New Yorkie and I'm fucked for the jump. I wear my Yankees so tilted, I actually walk with a hunch. Look at Mikey, I think he's Nike, we are sinister sons.
Hey, we the type to preach it with a grin and a gut. Come on.
Let's hear a little of Mr. De La Rocha.
Yeah, why don't you? Because we haven't heard from him for so long. Because his little friend's playing the guitar all over the place.
Okay, where is it though? That's what's crazy. Okay, here we go.
Hey, run them. It's Taylor on the cut, lifting 6 on your stick.
bitchin' crew. I'm miles ahead of you. You can sip my bitches brew. My
Miles.
mental status is burning mansions from Dallas to Malibu. Check my resume, your residence is residue. Call her a skin job, and my honey dick will backflip for you. You playing God, your eye socket, she gon' rip it too. We sick of bleeding out a tray, spraying victim you. Done dying, Philip AK dicking you. Eclipse in the bottom, we dipping from Gotham. Yes, eclipsed by the shadows, a dark dance to the coffin. I'm a fellow with melanin, suspect of a felony. Rip like rock in my law, feds is checking my melody. Less aggressively tested with bump stretches and penalties. Some cases with
Now, here's the thing. You're gonna. Oh wait. Yeah. Okay. Well, like we said, we can't listen to the whole thing.
No.
You're gonna come on here and you're gonna really do this to these guys. I mean, he's just
Me?
yeah. You're gonna do this to these guys.
I had to do it to him.
Well, of course, we've got Trackstar, the DJ, on here. We've got Zach De La Rocha, who I believe, they are sort of not to the same extent as Rage Against the Machine, but sort of focusing on, political injustice, racial injustices, lots of stuff like this, where I think this is where they gel. But I'm just saying, he comes on here. Who knows when the last time, this was 2014, when the last time he had done something.
Right.
It was kind of like, holy shit,
He's the
he's
guy.
the guy. And then he's on there and you're like, this is good.
Yeah.
Why'd you stop doing that?
Still got it, eh?
He's got some stuff. So he just fits on there. He just gets on, does his thing. I love that.
Mhm.
I love that for him. And I love that for us. Yeah, you're just going to check out some stuff.
I mean, God, you could pick out a million different
That's
things.
Yeah, we'll do this one pretty quick. We'll do this episode pretty quick. There's a million lyrics to look at. And here's when I try to look into the lyrics, this is where then everyone has like a million things to say.
Yeah.
Wow, check this out though. The only thing that closed quicker than our caskets be the factories. Cool. This is the Genius Sanitation. They, or the machine, if you will. So think about that.
Okay.
Are killing us, the people, the common man, off almost as fast as many domestic manufacturing plants. Okay, so we get that.
Yeah.
They just were like, see, it's kind of like the Raging Against the Machine. Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of piece that together.
Of course, we've got a lot of good stuff in here. What am I supposed to say? I like the song.
It's a good song, too. I mean, is this kind of one of the big ones, right?
I think so.
From this album, anyway?
I think having him on the track
Yeah.
is a big pull for people. I don't remember he did a project called like One Day as a Lion or something, or is that what I'm thinking of? I think so.
I think I saw something
One
like
Day
that.
as a Lion. I remember they put out one album that I bought. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
It was him as vocalist, the drummer of Mars Volta, and then the drummer of Queens of the Stone Age. I mean, what the hell are you doing?
Two drummers.
Two drummers. But that was 2008, so this was like 6 years later. I don't know. Cool. To
cool.
kind of get that sort of that's big for a lot of people. I didn't listen to Rage Against the Machine that much, but
Hey, I love what you guys are doing.
what you guys are doing for everyone, but just didn't listen to you that much. It is to be noted that Mike's father was a policeman, but he never wanted Mike to be part of law enforcement as he knew it was rotten. Aha! Try to tell you people. I always also, when I listened to this when I was younger, there was sort of a they're talking about wardens in jail and stuff, but it sort of feels a little like Iraq War. The
Warden?
Well, that.
No, what?
I'm trying to find the exact lyrics so I can at least try to sound smart before we move on.
Please.
Well, okay. And when we find them, we don't kill them. We'll just waterboard them. we're killing them for freedom because they tortured us for boredom. And even if some good ones die, fuck it, the Lord will sort them. That's sort of the war cry of these,
Yeah.
Well, we'll take out the whole area.
Right.
And then we'll say we got what's his face. And then we threw him in the ocean. So we actually don't have his body. And I'm supposed to believe you?
Mission accomplished. Still piling fast bucks, Afghani toe tagging. Now they tracking me and we busting back. See, the only thing that close quicker than our caskets be the factories.
You've only had to listen to something for a week and you just can rattle this stuff off.
So cool, isn't it?
I
like this because they be coming for everyone, mate. But then what is this? So my solitary conditions preventing conjugal visits, though mainly missing my missus, they keeping me from my children. Oh, right. Never mind. Conditions create a villain. The villain is given vision. The vision becomes a vow to seek vengeance on all the vicious, liars and politicians, profiteers of the prison, the forehead, engravers of slavery, men and women, including members of the clergy that rule on you through religion. So strip your kids to the nude and then tell them God will forgive them. I mean, that's just a killer verse right there.
They're coming after everyone.
The prison industrial complex creating what is it? Recidivism?
Okay, put up your other finger.
Or the opposite of recidivism. I can't remember what recidivism means.
Right.
But pertaining to people.
I'll let you figure it out. I don't want to. I know, but I'm not going to get into it.
People that are in jail that go back to jail again and again and again, over and over again. Creating a villain of this perpetual cycle, you know. And then they even throw in the freaking dirty Catholic Church.
Yeah, why not at this point? Get them in there too.
And you're stripping the kids naked.
Strip them straight to the nude and tell them the Lord will forgive them. Okay.
I mean, they're coming for all your asses, and God bless them for it.
Well, and then you had highlighted this part here. I'm trained in vagina whisper and glistening, waiting for their christening. I know the neighbors can't help but listen in. I don't know. You just highlighted that.
I just thought it was interesting that you liked it so much.
Hey, that's something that you've been talking about me liking all my life.
One time for the people in the man. One time for the people in the man. One time for the
One time for the bill and the reefer, man. It's the young black leader to the people, man. If your girl fine, nigga might eat her, man. I'm talking middle of the mall like a Peter, man. A nigga sky high now like Jesus, man. And no law, did reef so poem. Got an anti-gravity and niggas stay flow. This nigga rob me, bitch, but bitch, oh, pop, lead the 10 play, owe me. One half best tag team ever. The mother fellas alright, we better. Anybody disagree, they jealous, and anybody don't, just motherfucking yo. Just yo. Fuck the boss, I'm the goddamn owner, and I smell like YSL and marijuana. Don Drake with paper, might pull a slick cape, secretary, tell me fuck you, I told her you gone. And I been this way, y'all. And I been this way, bitch. And I been this way, y'all. And I been this way, bitch.
Sharp like knife.
A better buck, I'm stuck in the guts of the night. And I'm ready on the right. Please pass that already, alright. Get ready, he's steady on the mic. What the fuck else can he do right? Step arm heavy, any bar mic. Never step light, no fair fights. We got the drugs y'all wanted. Take a suck on the tail of a comet.
Whoa.
I'm so high, you a hobbit. Dick level, please back up off it. Better off dead like Paulus. It ain't no Ringo Starless. Me and Mike, we are friends of the farmers. If we run out, we might cop your whole harvest.
Did you see this? Have you seen this? It says
Paul's alive?
But at the beginning he says Paul is dead.
Oh.
Hold on.
Oh. Yeah, that's right. That's what I meant.
One time.
Okay. It's just backward.
It's
well,
backwards.
someone on our genius friend said, just before Killer Mike's pitch down vocals come in, you can faintly hear a reverse clip of LP saying Paul is dead. Seriously, shove it in Audacity and see for yourself.
Whoa.
Okay. Reference to, of course, the Paul is dead conspiracy,
That's
which makes another appearance by the end of his verse.
Yes.
So by the end of his verse, you have kind of a complete story.
Better off dead like Paul is.
Yep.
Your name
Better
don't-
if dead like Paul is, your name don't ring, go starless. Me and Mike, we a friend to the farmers. The weed run out, we might cop your whole harvest.
These guys just like smoking a J.
These guys are doing the
Couple.
pipe weed. They're Mr. Gandalf out there going,
making little circles that look like
Yeah.
freaking dragons. And
and then puffing a little ship through it. And Frodo was like, what the freaking heck?
can I do that?
Yeah. Yeah, you can't because you guys are freaking losing your minds out there doing the pipe weed.
What do you think?
They're just bragging. This is braggadocio.
Yeah, this is a blatant machismo, and I am here for it. I mean, it's just about hanging out, smoking the
Yeah.
ganja, and talking about Paul being dead, right?
Yeah.
And basically, we're the best at having sex with girls.
Yes.
and that's cool.
Yeah. One half the best tag team ever. Them other fellas, all right, we better.
What else?
What the hell else,
What else
you
you
gonna
gonna
say?
say?
They're doing a victory lap on this album, right?
Mhm. I guess they because that first album comes out, and I'm sure they were doing this on that too, huh?
Yeah.
I've heard that album, but
I mean, the first song is like that.
Yeah.
Where they're just like, we're Run the Jewels. And I'm like, that's what I'm like, is there something behind this? As a little pipsqueak walking around the city going like, oh, Run the Jewels. This is cool. So you guys, they smoke.
but everyone loves that.
Oh, yes.
So now they're coming back. We're like, hey, actually, we
Now
are
they're,
really.
they're doing the Borat, King of the Castle, King of the Castle,
Yeah,
So,
I like the production on this song though too. Huh?
yep. It just sounds cool. And I feel like
And I-
I'm allowed to feel cool listening to this.
That's the thing. Do you think because there is one
One white
black, one
Yeah.
white, that you there is a little in for little twerps like us?
I think so, but also like I don't like Eminem,
Right.
so you also have to be good.
Hmm.
But I'm like, this is cool. They're both really great at what they do.
Yeah.
Production's cool, and then one of them kind of looks like me.
This is the best day of my life. And I like there's like instrumentation. There's there's horns. There's guitars going. I mean, damn, that song before it was just a repeating of the run. That little motif of
Yep.
that it starts off with, and that becomes an instrument in.
When them doors fast, when them doors fast.
Yeah, that becomes an instrument in itself, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all these little tools and tricks of the trade they're putting in is just.
I think
fun.
that's where some of the real genius comes in. I mean, the lyrics are great.
Oh.
It doesn't feel clunky to me, but just the amount of like
stuff. It's okay.
I just think about looking at when they're like someone pulls up Pro Tools and you watch these videos of like how'd they produce this song or whatever, and you're just like, that's not what I want to do.
The mind reels.
And like, yeah, and then it goes a bunch, and then this kind of changes time, and I'm like, God dang, it just seems so overwhelming. But then to kind of have this and let's bring in this stuff, and then you're also pulling in the something that Mr. West was people liked about him before he did some other stuff that I think is bad, right? I think I heard some stuff, but it was sort of like just this deep understanding of the music that's come before and bringing those things in, not just as like a sample that's like, here's that part of the song. It's like turning it into a whole new thing. And you're sort of calling back.
Yeah. You're calling back to the not just the music, but
But what did you call? You called sampling. What did you say in your thing at that city hall meeting? You said it was the same as lie, cheat, and steal.
Yeah.
Or you just said the same as lie, cheat, steal.
I did, yeah.
Weird.
It's just what I believe.
Smoke from the Lucy drip, hold it like a crucifix. Blow from the nose, I'm a dragon to a nose. Got an average of being excellent, the median just dope. Like the ratio of heroin, the laxative of the soul. The authorities are spoken, a man of the pure devotion. Get magnetized to the ground while the falcons of murder closing. I chose to go guano, y'all know, kinda batshit. Motherfucker, we stuck in me automatic. A teabag, a piranha tank, heart barely beating, a wild one. Swim like directly after we see, we're holding a toaster up in the throat with a fork in it. Cause death by electrocution's like life in New York, in it. Should've been a dentist. Mom said it pains the way that my craft expresses. Born in a little shop of horrors that I can't even afford to rent it. Where's the exit? Wanna talk shop, I can chop it up with exacto touch. What's the rush? Autograph skin flash. Tag 'em up. I don't bragging up, you they back those suck. Are you new to the Alpha Duck milieu? Kinda like, fuck is you? I'm a little back spot on the sound of lies, and I'm not too high to say I'm the truth. A line of boots to cast blood like a pavement. Nathan sacred, I'll make some playpen. True runner bitch, make the name stick. Not for sale, but I'm taking payment.
Lie, cheat, steal, kill, win. Lie, cheat, steal, kill, win. Everybody doing it. Lie, cheat, steal, kill, win. Lie, cheat, steal, kill, win.
Check this out.
I'm flies up Pegasus, that's no embellishment.
Now he's laid
I'm
back.
here to paint the whole game,
He's
whether
just
you
chill,
sit or
man.
in.
Well, he's
Good pussy,
puffing
good
his-
marijuana,
Yeah, it's a
that be
puffer.
my medicine, and I'm a mixture of MJG and the weatherman. A revolutionary banging on my adversaries. And I love Dr. King, but violence might be necessary. That's what we're talking about. On MLK and it gets very scary. You might have to pull your AK, send one to the cemetery. We overwork, underpaid, and we under.
Can't listen to the whole thing.
No.
I told you that. Well,
like who really run this? Like who really run that man that say he run this? Who really run that man that say he run this? Run this? Like who really fund this? Like who really fund this? Say he fund this?
I got a question for you, Mr. El Producto.
Please.
When you do that, how do you know that's gonna fit?
Like who really run this? Like who really run that man that say he run this? Who really run that man that say he run this? Run this? Like who really?
Like, what's he singing to the beat when then you're like chopping it up to make it fit better? Like, it'd be cool if it was like, this is where I'm stupid. I get it, but when you're like, well, he's saying this, but it's like, is he doing it to this beat and then they're just chopping it because it's like, well, this will sound cooler.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably.
Thank you, Mr. El Producto.
You're very welcome.
And this is sort of, so they're still on their, what I call BS of, you know,
Yeah, they're kind of.
he's being a dragon to a gnome. He's puffing that smoke.
Yeah. He's where's the? Oh well, he'll teabag a piranha tank, heart barely beaten. It doesn't even bother him that his nuts are in a piranha tank.
Yeah. Well, holding a toaster over, holding a toaster oven that's plugged in with a fork in it because death by electrocution's like life.
It's 1 a.m. Like life in New York in it.
Can't even do the joke right. Because death by electrocution is like life in New York in it. That's funny. And then should have been a dentist. Then he just goes into it. And you're like, oh my God. It's to the same kind of like double time over the same beat. That's what I'm just like, oh. Born in a little shop of horrors that I can't even afford to rent. And where's the exit? You're telling me. Has he ever done stand-up? Autograph skin flaps, tag them up.
I don't brag enough. You de facto suck.
It would be fun to do this, you know, and then like also be famous.
Yeah, that
you
would
go
be
perform
cool.
in front of 20,000 people because you're doing this. Like that would be funny.
Yeah,
and then you do it, and it's like, yeah, that is funny and cool.
good stuff. I mean, yeah, like
And then and then we got all this stuff Mike's doing.
Mike comes in and he's kind of talking on some other stuff.
Yeah.
Mr. Street Food is talking all about how he's just cool.
Yeah.
And like, I'm the best at what I do, and what I do ain't very nice. And then Killer Mike's kind of does that too. And then he's like, also, we might have to do some political violence.
Yeah. Well, we might have to kill you.
And by the way, who is the puppet? Who is holding the strings of this puppet running this whole place?
Right. It's just part of the story.
Yeah.
Right? That's when we get back like on the fourth album when it opens with Yankee and the Brave, episode 4, and we kind of catch up with the guys. I'm like, let's go. Like, is there some storyline I need to be keeping up with? God, it's good. It's good. It's good.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you got something for us?
Well, just that yeah, Donald Sterling. He's talking about the.
So the question is, when Don's at home with the, is it the end part?
Yeah.
Who's the voice on the side of the phone that shakes and rattles his bones? Could it be the man behind the man behind the man behind the throne? He's really getting into it.
Yeah, which Donald Sterling was the owner of the Clippers, who said he didn't want black people at the games, but he had a black girlfriend.
Even though he lost the Clippers, he still has billions of dollars, and having the world view you as a racist isn't a big deal when you actually are one. Plus, you have the money to seclude yourself from the outside world if you so choose. Therefore, there's only one explanation as to why he looked terrified during his apology. The shadowy figures that really run this were mad at him for revealing the fact that they don't want black people at Clippers games. So he was under a lot of pressure to make things right with them, not us.
Right.
Well read. Well read. That's what I am always interested in. Like, what the lyricist or what the rapper on these songs is like. What are their influences? What are they interested in learning about? Because you always get some interesting, just like an event I don't even know about or something,
Yeah.
something like that where it's like, oh, that's interesting how they pulled that in and have like good facts about something. They actually, if people listen to it instead of just going, I don't even understand what he was saying down there.
Right.
And then Williams' sister came out. Yeah, I had some help.
That's real mood.
Maybe listen to it. I'm just, here it goes. Boop, 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 boop. From the beginning of Kenan and Kel. When you go, here it
goes.
Yeah, he goes, I need you to go get this and this and this. And Kel's like, wah.
Hey, man, it's too early for that shit.
Halfway through. Whoa.
It be feeling like the life that I'm living, man, I don't control. Every day I'm in a fight for my soul. Could it be that my medicine's the evidence for pigs to stop and frisk me when they rolling around on patrol? And ask why you're here. I just tell them cause it is what it is. I live here and that's what it is. He chime, you got a dime. I said, man, I'm trying to smoke and chill. Please don't lock me up in front of my kid. And in front of my wife, man, I ain't got a gun and a knife. You do this and you ruin my life. And I apologize if it seems like I got out of line, sir, cause I respect the badge and the gun. And I pray today ain't the day that you drag me away right in front of my beautiful son. And he still put my hands in cup, put me in the truck when my woman scream said shut up. Witness with the camouflage on, saw the copper pull a gun and put it on my gorgeous queen. As I peered out the window, I could see my other kinfolk and hear my little boys scream. As he ran toward the copper, begged him not to hurt his mama, cause he had her face down on the ground. And I be much too weak to ever speak what I've seen, but my life changed with that sound.
And yes, there's a day. Anytime a man say there's not, then you know that he lost the plot. What can I say? Truth, one deny to not. Like a true who's ride the cop. Fair enough. The way that the beat bump do sound tough. I made it in the dark like Civil War surgery. Woke up in the same air you huff early. By 12 o'clock, the whole earth felt dirty. Street lamps stare when you walk. Watch the
All right. Go for it. This song covers the topic of police corruption and brutality.
So true.
It's extremely relevant right now with the incidents taking place right now in 2014. And also 2025.
That's right.
Pretty depressing.
Yep.
Not only have they covered this topic in their music, but Killer Mike was actually interviewed by CNN about it.
He was?
Oh, head smack. Ow. Interesting fact. Mike's father was a police officer.
Oh my God, we know.
His father told him never to become an officer
because of it's corrupt. Because of it is bad in there.
And of course, they broke the track down with Sway in the morning. So,
well,
this is the most. I mean, this man's telling a story up top.
Yeah, and it is kind of. This one is where I was like, well, that's cool. And then I don't know what the hell the other guy's talking about. But it is hard. It's like, okay, well, obviously that's like a very real like experience that you have to deal with way more often than I have to deal with anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, God, it's crazy. You're dealing. That might happen to you.
Yeah,
you know. He's like,
anyway, all hands below, high seas in a rickety boat.
You want cash or hope? No clash. Matter of fact, get both. Go without. Get turned to ghosts. There are truly this. I mean, I know that like Genius was created for hip hop. It was sort of like,
sure,
here's a place to break all this stuff down. Now it's like, well, what did Tate McRae mean when she said whatever?
Yeah,
but there's a lot going on here.
Yeah,
that's where I'm like, I can't even dive into.
No, I mean, you guys can go read The Genius.
Well, and he makes an interesting play on getting turned, doesn't he? If you spend your days getting effed up, you're going to be nobody, or even worse, you'll end up dead. Okay. And then this is a like a New Yorker cartoon of someone with a Obama poster that says hope, and under it they're writing less. Huh. So that's good. I like this one. It's a good story, right? I mean, that's at least Mike's verse is sort of a full thought out story. It's not different ways to say we're better than you.
Right. There's something else going on here. And I don't dislike the other guys.
No.
It's just like what an absolute full complete vision of the black experience with police. And then this other guy's talking about some stuff that's also very serious.
Then
and
it
real.
goes, but is it because then it's by 12 o'clock, the whole earth felt dirty. Street lights stare when you walk. Watch the birdie. They'll watch you walk to the store they're recording, but didn't record cop when he shot. No warning. Heard it go pop. Might have been 2 blocks. Heard a kid plus pops. Watch cop make girl bleed. Go to home. Go to sleep. Up again early.
Yeah, I mean,
and it's sort of said in like this routine, this just way of thinking about like not even fully, spelling it out like
it's kind
as
of
like a day to day. Woke up, heard shots, went home, went to bed early, got up, heard,
Yeah.
So it's sort of the tying a little bit back into sort of, I mean, maybe that is like the sort of white.
That's what, it seems
aspect of it, of like hearing about it, almost just like, and what am I to do, or like, do you feel guilty for not doing anything?
Right. That's I think so. He's kind of like,
but it is one of those where they do have their albums outside of this. Where it's like, well, this sort of feels like a Killer Mike thing, where I'm like, this could maybe be a whole song, even just on his own, like on one of his albums. Because they all, with the both of them, it's sort of like, well, what's the two-hander here? For
right.
everything?
Right. Yeah, I just think maybe it doesn't fully.
Because then he did. I mean, what was his last album? Was it just Michael or something? But a couple years ago, when he put out his new just solo stuff, and it's like there's political stuff and stuff on there, and it's like, yeah, how do you, if you're just doing this, if you want to talk about that,
right?
It's like, well, throw it on here, or do you say, well, I'll wait to do that myself in whatever couple years or something?
Yeah, interesting, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. But I think it's good to have both, where it's like this is sort of the real experience, and then this is a little.
Well, and don't you suppose? I mean, maybe at this point, I mean, certainly for me, so I imagine for other people, Run the Jewels is a little more. You might reach an audience different than just his solo stuff.
Yeah, where there's
there's that aspect too,
where they're playing like festivals and stuff.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah.
In arenas or whatever. Yeah, you know what? That's something that I owe you all due respect.
Thank you.
This year we iller than a nun in a car shot getting double penetrating in a dope spot. By two hard pipe hitting niggas on the orders, I'ma sell us to the soundtrack of Tupac. I'll beat you to a pulp, no fiction. Tarantino flow, new jewels and Vincent. Blow marijuana smoke, no instant. Exhale in the face of innocent infant. Also, look what I did shit, and if I get stopped by a crooked ass cop, I'ma put a bullet in a pig and rent 10. Look what I did again. We the hooligans outside school again, saying don't be a fool, never follow rules again. We the bad boys bully with the fully that the teacher say ain't shit and they need to be split. We the goddamn reason for riddling in the back of the class, itching and fidgeting. Dead wrong, we never got along, we laughed at the kids that was active participants. Bad boy walk right past church with the work in the bag and the Bible to get it in. Got spending for bullying and a bully, but I go back to class, I'ma punch him in the shit again. 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 Punch him in the shit again.
I'm firm with greatness, a right to the Vegas. Shit's all paid for, I signed the papers. Used to date, but then I made her my main bitch. Bought us a place on a lake with some acreage. Mike's my neighbor, straight from Grapeville. Any invader gets saved, stay killed. Outside my land, Mike fill the safe up. Call when the fam get paid a great thrill. Bad news bear her beats and creep off. Drive a rape van, mullet Ray-Ban. We do vicious, you do witness. You don't clap shit, use a cricket. Run the days, we don't run so much. It's all fun and games, so my days get scarred. I'm living, human, out of touch with sweatpants to funeral. Lunch to lunch, close the blinds, I got drones and mines. So close to the line, I almost died. Got no goals left but to save my mind. I got more hoes dog in the earth on mine. The beat get abused like a rock, a white beater. Drinker, 5 by the company, Friday, laid on the corner, trying to do taxes. This is my house and it's high on the highway. High on the highway. High on the highway.
I mean, God.
This is almost like a Donald E. Westlake novel.
Yeah.
I'm a thrill killer, I will test you, just like daddy fucking left you. It's all your fault, mommy's lonely, you're a burden, she needs rescue.
Hey little buddy, where's your mommy? Call me stepdad or Uncle Johnny. His dollar don't follow behind me, I gotta go bang out mom and
I mean, what the hell's going on? And Travis Barker's doing something, I think. Now, I do like where Early sits in the track, because there's sort of this, I mean, they've been sort of the whole way through.
Yeah.
And you get some dynamics of then coming back into this thing, which I will not be reading.
You can't.
But he talks about some good stuff. I like when he rhymes like aha.
Yeah.
On some aha. Look. Just having fun. It's funny. And he's actually like someone that we know, because he actually bullies the bully.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bible Gideon got suspended for bullying a bully, but when I go to class, I'm going to punch him in his shit again.
Punch him in his shit again.
And then you get down to LP, who's then talking about how he married someone and now he lives next to Mike. And then they kill people that try to come onto their land.
Yeah. It's almost like a Donald E. Westlake novel.
It really is. I was just thinking that.
Well, this guy wears sweatpants to funerals, guns to lunch.
Mm-hmm. Bad news bears beats in the creep hop. Right, man. We do vicious. You do witness. You don't clap shit. Use a cricket. Run the Jays. We don't run so much. It's all fun and games till my Jays get scarred. Live if you. I'm just laughing the whole time.
It's a fun little funny song, huh?
Yep. And then they're doing some sex stuff. Not as much to say here. It just sounds cool.
Yeah.
I like this song too. The production on this song. Woke up in Nigeria, kicked out America, case of malaria, shit got scarier, got left with a gun and a pit bull terrier, and a note from my dad that said, I hope God carry ya. There's so much. Mike the Benevolent. I like that. He sure is. Just, they're the king. Back to sort of doing some sort of
King of the Castle.
Yeah. And they're doing this just like brazen machismo.
Yeah. And braggadocious.
Yeah.
Verbifying.
Now let me just get through this next song.
Why?
I'm just gonna tell you that I'm in love again.
Oh.
With
You are now listening to Run That Jews.
Reminiscing all our time of innocence when we drank that Hennessy. Ate on lamb and venison. Face fucked you in your kitchen.
Yeah.
Fuck you like we tussling. Do you fuck your husband? Like a y'all be tussling?
Yeah.
Do you wear that muscling? Do you ask some pretty please? Do you cross on hands and knees like you used to do for me? Oh, you such a dirty girl. The world won't let you be yourself. I won't accept nothing else. I be having none of that. You be taking all of this. Pleasure come from punishment. Your threshold astonishing. I think I'm in love again. Found my perfect drug again. Feel better than heroin. You love my alpha arrogance. Two life crew the narrative. I put that dick in her mouth all day. She got that dick in her mouth all day. She take that dick in her mouth all day. She said she wanted my dick in her mouth all day.
let me go. Okay, who's that? Now I think we get the idea.
Yeah.
Let's go down to just to get a little of the.
We need the female perspective, don't we?
What you want, huh? Hey, well, let me tell you a little story. I had a young player from the hood. Licked my pussy real good. Kept me stuck with lots of wood. Kept my bank account on swole. Sniffed my pussy like a rose. Smoking a roll. Made a porn tape that nigga.
Can we put
is
this
a pro.
online?
You ain't know he had a lot of bad bitches in his pants. I was the one he turned that boy into a motherfucking man. His tongue is blunt. Ain't he love for me to ride his face front to back, gripping ass.
And then
pay my
pause
bills.
it. Okay. So, this song is called "Love Again." This is, of course, a celebration of having insane sexual intercourse with someone who enjoys it just as much as you do.
Buddy, I'm in the drive-thru getting coffee. This song comes on. I mean, I'm scrambling. I'm SpongeBob eating my own popcorn bucket full of my fingernails, if you know what I mean. Yeah. I'm nervous as hell. I crank that down as soon as I can because you just can't let people know that you are hearing this.
No, you can't let people know that you are taking this in, especially in the car, possibly by yourself.
Yeah.
Of course, it's also nice when my car is hooked up to CarPlay and it's there's a delay. Because on Bluetooth, so it's like you hit pause.
Right. Yeah, of course.
And there's a few seconds of dicking or, Of course, if we're on Bob and Tom, we can say that we're selling Dickens cider and that she loves a nice Dickens cider with her meal.
Or you can do that toast song.
Yeah.
All around the country and coast.
So, okay.
So there's that.
The song is kind of horny, funny, and it's like, wah, wah. I believe Mike said, or people were like, it sounds like they said make the song sound horny too, in a funny way, but it's the ultimate machismo.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Two guys talking about their sort of sexual conquests. Now, of course, when I first hear this and I get to this and I'm like, it's just, I love the album so far, and I sort of get here and it's just like, it's too much. Mainly because I always have to then skip the song if I'm listening around anyone.
Yeah.
Or it comes on at a thing and you're like, what's happening? Like you've got Run the Jewels radio on. But the point of the song, of course, is their perspective is horny little guy, horny little 12-year-old. Like, what's the fake version of what I'm doing?
Yeah.
This is my view of it. When then the woman comes in and she goes, now let me tell you boys what's actually going on here. Right?
Yeah.
And actually, I'm sitting on your face.
Yeah. And she gives you the old what for.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're getting it's like a joke that's being set up for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Where the punchline is the third verse.
Yes.
With Gangsta Boo. Now, here's what's interesting about this. There, for some reason, so Gangsta Boo passed away last year, a couple years. There's been some, I don't know what the deal is with the licensing for the song, but this is where it falls apart for me on the vinyl version. It's hard to find now because the versions that are out, they have her verse is not on them. So when you try to find the version with her verse still on there, it's like expensive because there's like 1 or 2 pressings. Even they just put out the 10th anniversary edition that I was going to buy, and people are like, her verse is still not on here. And everyone's like, that negates the entire purpose. Now it's 2 guys together just bragging about sex, which they are. But even when they wrote it, they're like, the point is that she comes in at the end.
Why can't they have her?
I don't know, because she's also on the first or the second song on their 4th album, which came out a couple years ago. I have that one. I'm pretty sure it's on the record. I don't know what the deal is, but people are mad at Turntable Lab. So
they should be.
I don't know why that is, but
That is
now it's just 2
strange.
guys talking about like
Yeah, I don't like that.
pornographic stuff.
It's got to end with I put my C word in his mouth all day.
Right. Which doesn't, I mean, the whole song is so graphic.
The thing
that
of it
it's
is,
crazy.
though, I like the vibe of the. I like the. Ding,
Yeah.
ding, ding, ding. Just the music is
Well-
good. I mean, I like the song. It's funny as hell. I'm just.
Yeah.
You know,
Maybe you should. They do when it's on vinyl. There is a disc of like the instrumentals, so you could just put that.
That'd
on
be
and
kind of cool. I
sit there
would
and go,
like to. And I like the little horn hits.
Yeah. We should have done
It's got a good vibe to it.
We should have done the other version of the song, huh?
Yeah. The hazer
Reminiscing on our time of innocence when we drank that Hennessy.
And of course, he says all the same stuff. But yeah, so that's that one. It's funny.
Yeah.
Not much more I can say. Also, when it does, because it is like 4 minutes long, if you are listening to this with someone else, there's like and they're not like listening to rap, like that's funny or whatever. There's always a like, well, actually, I'm not just listening to this song.
Yeah.
About this guy talking about how much, look, am I sweating right now?
No, I think it's. I mean, I don't know. That's rap, right?
Yes. And there are so many songs in hip hop that are just about that, bragging about, which is what they're doing to the point of like, well, what if it's, that's all your perspective of how good you're doing.
Right. That's the point.
But they're
of
so
the song.
self-aware. It's also at a time in hip hop too, where it's like, there's been so much before it. It's sort of commenting on, again, the history of that stuff. What a good way to talk about this song.
It's actually brilliant and
2
genius.
boring guys.
What do you want us to
It's
say?
funny.
It's funny.
But yeah, it is weird when they take her verse off and everyone's like, that no one gets. It's just weird because the song doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it can, I guess, but whatever.
You dropped your crown, King.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
That was in the song.
Like them.
Down with the shame, down with the shame. Used to walk traps in the rain with cocaine. Used to write raps in the traps as I sat in the rain, and I pray that God give me a lane, give me a lane, give me the fame, give me the fame, and I promise to change. Won't be the same kind of man that puts cocaine in this lady hang. Heard she was pregnant, I'm guilty, I reckon, cause I hear that this shit could hurt baby's brain. Heard he was normal till 3 and then he stopped talking, since then ain't nothing been the same. Seen her some years later out in Decatur, told her that I'm sorry for causing her pain, causing me pain, causing me pain. She asked again and she grabbed my right hand. Asked him I'm crazy, said look here baby, I release you from all of your sins and your shame. Cause I've been redeemed, I found the Christ. Whatever it take, I hope you find it, Mike. The look on her face, show that glory replaced all the shame and the hate, and that she wear a crown. My late grandma Betty had prayed with her heavy and told her to tell me lay my burdens down. Can't pick up no crown, holding what's holding you down. Can't pick up no crown, holding what's holding you down. Can't pick up no crown, can't pick up no crown.
Who does is it?
Down with the shame.
And that's him again, right?
Oh. Other men's name. Loaded my weapon and swore to them vengeance to step with aggression right into the fray, into the haze,
into the murk.
Told me to prove to them what I was worth. We'll teach you to move without mercy and give you the tools to go after the causes of hurt. You'll become death. You will take breath. This is for everything you've ever loved.
Oh, and isn't it crazy that we can't listen to the whole thing?
So sad.
So crazy. This is Crown. Yeah, this is Crown. Yeah.
Go for Crown.
What the hell?
Tell us everything.
Christopher R. Weingarten claims in Rolling Stone that Mike is actually rapping about himself in this song. Note the 6/8 time signature.
Yeah, so
Actually, it's 6/8. Counted 1 and a 2 and a. What the hell? That's what they said. Dumbass. The measures consist of 6/8 notes each. What? Why are you? The 8th notes are subdivided into 2 sets of 3, which is why it might sound like a third. What's the issue here?
You're well actually nothing, son.
He's rapping about the. Okay, this is where it's. He's rapping about the parallels between joining a religion and joining a gang. No. As we talked about, he was a drug dealer for some time before he could get his career off the ground, and said, "I'm going to do something better with my life," and we applaud him for that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't get this thing off my screen. Come on now. Go back.
Yeah, I mean, he's saying like, God dang, I probably hurt a lot of people in my life by what I was doing. But whether real or not, this little story is an allegory, isn't it? Of
whether or not it's real or not, this little story is an allegory.
See?
One and a two and a
allegory. And of course, the chorus is telling you what the allegory is.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Hey, you can't pick up no crown holding what's holding you down. You can't become the king if you're holding on to your damn regrets, man.
It's a nice little.
It's kind of nice, isn't it?
Thing when you go, yeah. You can't pick if you're still holding on to that guilt from the past of what you did. You're never going to be able to change it and become who you really are, which is, of course, Crown Man. And then, of course, excuse me, LP has some stuff to say, which is carried the flag in some other man's name. I mean, he's going to war, basically, right?
Yeah, this man's going
for his.
This is kind of well. KM's verse is sort of the redemptive.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, looking at specifically religion as this, he meets this lady again, and she's found Jesus, and his grandma likes Jesus, so he's talking about Jesus, right? Lay your burdens down. And then it seems like Mr. Street Food is saying, kind of looking at the other end of religion.
Mm-hmm.
Where you,
but it's also sort of nationalism, fighting for.
Sure.
I mean, isn't
that hand in hand with the
yeah.
Christian fascio?
Isn't that crazy?
Christo fascio state.
Use all the pain that you felt in your life as the currency. Go out and trade it for blood. You are not you. You are now us. We are the only ones that you can trust. You'll become fear. You'll become dust. Before this moment, you didn't mean much. Sort of breaking someone down to become, which I understand people saying, was that a sort of a gang? What is the reason you do these things or go into war or religion or sort of join something that is supposedly bigger than yourself?
You are the smoldering vessel of punishment, born to do nothing but justify us.
Mm-hmm.
Give us your empathy, we'll give you lust. Let yourself go, my son. Time to grow up.
Smoldering vessel of punishment, born to do nothing but just...
That's crazy.
Crazy stuff.
That goes hard. Give up your childish obsession with questioning. Anything we don't tell you is irrelevant. Everything you've ever been is replaced by the metal and fire of the weapon you clutch. That's where I was kind of like, okay, there's religion, there's the state-sponsored sort of propaganda. It's all in everything, isn't it, dear boy?
And it's sort of like he's not outright... I mean, in the way he's talking about it, it's obviously a sort of negative, being told you're worth nothing without this, whatever. Then going back into the can't pick up the crown, holding what's holding you down. Sort of, he's not just outright saying this is bad, but sort of like, look how easy, like, look, if you just view this from a different angle of like, sort of saying, here's how someone can also then tell you to like, almost in a cult-like way. It's the same sentiment and also saying it's being told to you in a good way.
Yeah.
But like go out there and, get rid of all that you are and all your opinions and stuff and get out there and win that crown.
Yeah.
But it's not for you that time, right? There's a fine line.
It's for
and these eye dots out there that just feel that, they're actually smart and they're actually eye dots. There's just no word for it.
No. I think we should fill them all with a new product I have called the Angel Duster.
Okay. Sure.
Well, come on. Don't you agree?
Yes. Speaking of toast...
To the no ones, with a nod to the masses, to the ones for the riches, from the ones who the rags fit. A little smoke for the gone boys, a little nod to the spirits. We're still here running around screaming, they're still here pointing and laughing. Don't walk away when I talk, telling you, turn around mister. I got a permanent pop, who the hell do I think I am not? And I'm twice as hot, as about half a hell. I get lighthouse lit up, get down dinner. The boy got a barracuda bite, you can tell.
Got hope for the living, got prayers for the dead. In the sky, got whiskey and ride for the voices in my head. Got good for the pain.
Oh, yeah.
The world is dangerous. Driven great men insane. Anchored itself with angel dust. Somewhere between love and lust, a nut get bust and a baby get made.
Oh.
It seemed that trouble us and follow us like all our days. In every holy book it says we suffer, that's what it is. So riddle me this, from the womb to the tomb, why do we fight to live? RTJ.
Live.
No ones, with a nod to the masses.
RTJ.
For the ones for the riches, for the ones who the rags.
RTJ.
Little smoke for the gone boys, a little nod to the spirits. We're still here running around screaming, they're still here pointing and laughing.
RTJ. Got hope for the living, got prayers for the dead.
Woo!
RTJ.
a little bit of a chorus on this song.
RTJ.
One more.
RTJ.
A pope is a fraud. A church is a lie. A queen is the same damn thing. You should pray to your fake god that she die. God really exists? I'll tell you like this. It reside inside. And anybody tell you different just selling you religion, trying to keep your ass in line. Thank you.
RTJ. Now what the hell they've been?
Well, they're spitting poetry, my dear boy.
They've been doing all this machismo, blatant and brazen machismo and braggadocio, and then they wait for the last couple of tracks to just start hitting you over the head with this stuff, and in a good way. I don't mean it's bad. I'm saying these are some great tracks here at the very end. Now you're starting to really tell me something, guys.
Right, and then it's over.
And then you're like, well, so all that machismo, blatant and brazen as it was all to tell me
it's isn't it a little frustrating when they give you, I like the fun stuff, it's why you listen to it, but then it's like, well, what do I also listen to? A lot of like probably political music, a lot of punk music is political. Yeah, and you go, well, that's why I like that stuff, and they do this in such a sort of eloquent, well thought out. I mean, the way they're saying the stuff, you're just like, that's great.
Yeah.
But you're saying they give you like one or two, and you're like, more please. Why do you just stop there? You just could say some
But
good
maybe
stuff.
It's enough. Maybe it's just
the
the
right
right
how many
amount.
times can you say the Pope is fake or whatever he said?
Well, like we talked about with some of our other stuff that we've talked about.
And don't talk about it unless you got something to say, like the other stuff we talk about.
Mm-hmm. where it is. Okay, so every song is this. And you still haven't fixed anything.
It's actually worse now. The world's worse now. A lot worse now.
Yeah. At least these guys are having fun a little bit. And then they're like, also, by the way.
But there's also a thing in here, it's the, what does he say here? We're still here running around screaming. You're still here pointing and laughing. Got hope for the living. Got prayers for the... There's sort of this feeling of, and also the sort of, they say God, where's God? That lives inside of you. There's sort of this, we're not saying, okay, we're all going to rise up and shake our fist and change the government or whatever, that's sort of like, it's going to be better if we all just work together.
Yeah.
I mean, there's the bitching and moaning side of it, which is always good. Sort of like, this sucks, but at least we're all here together, and now you're yelling Musk through your microphone or whatever for Green Day. But it's sort of the like, this, this is about you as a person. They're not trying to start some like, we can all make stuff better. It's like, what can you do kind of for yourself? And what are people telling you that you should be weary of? Because you're the one that has to live every day, and every day's hard. And why is it hard? Who knows, right? Cut an ear from a mouse hat, go Van Gogh on a house rat.
He's talking about symbolism, man. Mm-hmm. He don't F with your symbolism, man.
Mm-hmm.
You say you want to be my leader. I think you want to be my God. You say you on the side of the righteous. I say I'm going to hang with the wrong. There's truth where the filth is. There's lies in the law. You want a whore with a white dress? I want a wife in a thong.
That sounds like it was almost like, you could get away with saying that at like church as like the pastor up there talking until you get to the last part and someone's like,
hear me out. I'm saying it's better to have a wife in a thong than a whore in a white dress. I kill my masters. I mentor none. That means when I die, that's it. My style is gone. I'm one of one.
Mm-hmm.
RTJ. Yeah, man.
I got a permanent bop. Who the hell do you think I am not? And I'm twice as hot as about half of hell. I get lighthouse lit up. Get down. The boy got a barracuda bite? You can tell. Got over a little bit. Okay.
Well,
that's it. Good last song. But like if they feel like this is good enough for, to carry a song, great. I think I think what they're doing is smart. I think it's good that I'm feeling like, man, I want more of that. Because then when a band goes, okay, well, it's like, well, now all of that's that, and now that's what you're doing, and it's not that impressive. Or like when they talk about it, they actually we care about what we're talking about, not this is what we do, so we have to figure out a way to do it for every song.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you could just be a Jimmy like Sprang Faces or whatever.
Yeah.
Did you listen to Blockbuster Night Part 2?
I did. Shall we touch on it?
We'll touch on it briefly.
The elephants in the room. I'm talking two tonguers. Build the truth to your face like this is two gunners. One half of the crew, you know the jewel runners. Movers out of our lane. Shit, who's gonna? Shit stain on their brain. That's right, pooed on them.
Come on.
Pissed on them, dirt kicked on them. Shot his cat, pop that pussy through that bitch. Stood behind his mama, put my dick on her. Killer did a killer cam. Couldn't kill the kid, so I spit on him. Like this on him.
Somersault in the room and then pop to the Van Damme split on them. Rappers all get the dick like they got clits on them. Big and sweaty testicular cancer induced tits on them. They're crying, explain what they are the victim of. Read each other's hair and tell stories about how they've been in love. Hey kids, I'm a computer, I'm a trooper, building super, shoot the future like a looper. You trying to step like gooses, I'm a go with your Luger. The tires or the nooses, get a broom up in their pooper.
This is for the dope, do a hope pursuer.
I mean, are you reading this?
Yeah.
And then, of course, we get to Despot and Wiki later.
Yeah, we do.
We don't really the whole song. No. We're done with the album. This is the bonus track. This was part 2 of the Blockbuster Night. This song was not released on the free download of RTJ2, but could be purchased from the pre-order of the album on iTunes. Jamie and Mike featuring Despot and Wiki, who are both on tour with them. So that's maybe what this is. They've got some weird... There's a really funny feature, I think, on the last song on the first album, too, where it's just... I mean,
you're laughing.
That's what I like, you know? Because like they are cool to me, where I'd be scared of them because they're like, of course, cool and smarter than me, but then they're also being funny. Well, and I'm like, you're hot and attractive.
I tend to think most actual smart people are funny.
Yeah, because the best comedy is smart, right?
Yeah,
you have to be smart to be humorous.
Mm-hmm. There's a reason this show isn't funny.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a reason...
and the reason is you.
Anyway.
That's the album.
RTJ.
What you thinking, mate?
I like this a lot. Like I said, I admire... I don't know LP as much as I know.
I don't know
Killer
LP
Mike.
from my knee, you know.
But I do. By the way, I was calling LP street food because there's a restaurant in town, a locally owned and operated place called Local Pour.
Street food,
but it's called LP street food.
Yeah.
So that's that.
That's a very, very specific reference.
Little Easter egg for you fans of Eastern Iowa. The corridor, we call it.
Yeah.
What was I saying? Oh,
you liked it.
Yeah, I liked it. I admire these guys. I admire any good rap artist. Again, I feel distinctly unqualified to really talk about it in any productive way. And
unfortunately, the best versions are often saying the most important stuff, I feel. You know, as opposed to what I normally listen to, where it's like, well, it's probably good to get like a perspective that only comes through hip hop on certain things.
Right.
And it's something you have to listen to and seek out.
Yes. Yeah. But this is a good one for a couple of schmoes to say, because there's just
and I did think this one is a little more
it's accessible for everyone.
Yes, I feel like this group specifically also has a lot of crossover into people that listen to other stuff, and they go, and also Run the Jewels is awesome.
Yeah.
So,
well, it's the production. Mm-hmm. Like they feel like songs more than some hip hop that feel more just like beats and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's probably a elementary way to say that, but that's what I said. And I think, it's good.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I love this album. I think all their albums have been great. It's been about 5 years since their last album somehow at this point. I think it's a good just intro into us talking about this stuff. If we touch on it again, I'd love to get to go see them again. If anyone's got those tickets out there, I one time went to a Run the Jewels pop-up bar when they were in town. They had a Run the Jewels video game, like an arcade game, and they had some beer or something that they made. I don't know. But then they had the big fist and stuff like hanging from the ceiling. And I went and checked it out around it was like 2 a.m. or so. I stopped things. I was like, I got to see what's going on here. It was cool. Then I left and I found out later they came and were hanging out.
You idiot.
I know. I could have been like, hey guys,
I kind of look like one of you. You have to guess.
Put some sunglasses. I give this, I want to say 7.5.
Yeah.
I kind of want to go to 8. But I gotta listen to the albums again to see where it sits with the other ones. I'll say 7.5.
That's good. I'll say 7, just because I feel like I'm not capable of giving it anything higher or anything lower.
I'm gonna give it an 8. No, well, that's the Fantano. Do I give it the Fantano? I mean, I am giving it the Geffen.
Oh yeah,
I do have to have this band.
Yeah, it's got the Geffen stamp of approval for sure.
I'm gonna give it an 8. I'd rather go 8 than go home tonight and be like 7.5.
Yeah, that sounds stupid.
I'll give it an 8.
Okay,
because
it is a 7.5.
A great album. Okay, so I did that. You listened to it.
Yep.
Give it to me. What are you bringing to us, our fine viewers, to listen to next time? Falling asleep 2 a.m.
Well, I'm gonna take it back, way back. We're gonna continue in maybe some less, not comfortable, less.
You said it.
It's so.
Is it POD?
Late.
Yeah.
That I can't think of words anymore. But
less comfortable, less familiar to us.
Yes, maybe we'll say that. Well, or at least maybe less familiar to you.
Oh.
But
hey,
and me. Well, just in the way that like we were saying, we're little white kids from Iowa. We don't necessarily have the full cultural picture of some of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this will be kind of interesting, maybe just from a sort of you can plot the sort of maybe the expansion of this type of music
mm-hmm.
and the sort of iterating upon it to create hip hop later. Or we can just
look at me going, oh, what's he talking about? Oh, what's he talking about?
One of my favorite voices, just strictly voices of all time.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's great. The man, Otis Redding.
Wow.
The album, Sitting on the Dock of the Bay.
Thought you were going to say Miles Davis because they did a quick...
No. They did a what?
Well, they say Miles something bitches brew.
No.
You can sip my bitches brew, and I say, hey, at least buy me dinner first. Otis Redding, sitting on the dock by the bay. That's what you said.
No, it's not. The Dock of the Bay, I think, is the album.
Okay, let's see.
The song
here.
is Sitting on the Dock of the Bay. 1968, I do believe.
The Dock of the Bay.
Otis Redding.
This is the album. 1968. Of course, it is in high-res lossless, which I'll be enjoying. And we're going to call this soul music, aren't we?
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
there's a lot of things that he's coming to on this album. Let Me Come Home to You. I'm Coming Home to See You.
It just might be kind of interesting.
Yeah, we haven't touched on anything probably older than what, 2000 something.
Yeah, probably not.
Well,
so why not the granddaddy of soul?
Right.
I made that up.
Because you're running out of stuff to pick.
No.
I'm just kidding. Why not start back where music started?
In 1968.
This will be good. I'm rubbing my hands together.
Oh, and that one song where they're talking about respect.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, it's not on this album, but a little man named Otis Redding did the great song R.E.S.P.E.C.T. that Aretha Franklin makes famous later.
Yeah, he doesn't get the respect he deserves.
No.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
This will be good. I think I want to...
Just saying that's another connection for why I picked it.
I'm just checking here. I don't know what you're talking about. So, good episode?
I think so, yeah.
Hey, thanks for listening. Rate, do the subscribe. I think when I say subscribe in the video, or like, does the thing pop up? It knows I said that. Sometimes when someone says subscribe in a video, the thumb kind of jiggles.
I don't think we have the audience for them to do
right.
that.
Okay, well, bye. Bye.
Each week we listen to an album, here's our mind. Just know it's gonna take about 3 hours of your time to hear us complain or praise each other's taste. But no